One of the hardest things about pitching a product isn't necessarily getting the idea across, it's getting people to care. And why should they care? That's where your value proposition comes in. But here's something a lot of people miss. A value proposition isn't just a bland statement of facts. It's the story of your product. Hi, Lisa Lloyd here with more tips and tricks and strategies to optimize and accelerate your Invention licensing business success. YouTube is an awesome free way to learn, and you can support me making more free videos just like this one when you like, subscribe, and leave comments below. A good value proposition explains what your product does, why it's better, and why people should even believe in it. When you get it right, it becomes a powerful narrative that drives people to take action. Today I'm going to show you how. Think of it this way. Every great value proposition tells a complete story in just a few sentences. It's not about being flashy or over the top. It's about being clear and specific. You're showing how your product solves a real problem and giving your audience a reason to trust that it works. So let's break down this into 3 parts, right? The first, what it does. This needs to be clear and simple. This is the foundation of your story. People need to know that your product does what it does up front. It's tempting, please don't fall into this trap, to lead with fancy language or technical jargon, or in some cases I've even seen inventors that tell their whole backstory on how they came up with the idea. But simplicity wins here. Just tell them what your product does. Let me give you an example. Imagine you've invented a vegetable chopper. Now, you could say it chops vegetables faster, but does that really convey the full story? No. Let's add clarity. Instead, say something like, this is the most durable vegetable chopper on the market, specifically designed to stay sharp and cut all your prep time in half. Clear, simple, direct. Now we need to explain why it's better, because differentiation really is everything. Here's where you need to show what makes your product stand out from all of the competition out there. This is part of the story where your product becomes the hero. Ask yourself, why should someone choose this product over others? For our vegetable chopper example, let's just say something like, unlike other choppers, this one uses patented diamond edge blades that stay sharp 10 times longer than anything else out there. You're showing how your product is better and unique. This is your product's special sauce. And finally, we have to give the prospect a reason to believe. Believe that it will do the job you say it will. It's about building trust. This part is about establishing credibility. People need a reason to trust that your product really will do what you say it will. This could be a guarantee, or testimonials, or awards, or even sometimes just a video demonstration will get the job done. For the vegetable chopper, we might say something like, we're so confident in our product, we're offering triple lifetime guarantee. If it ever breaks, we'll replace it, no questions asked. Now you've added a solid reason for people to believe in your story. When you combine all 3 of these elements, what it does, why it's better, and a reason to believe, you've told a complete story in just a few lines. Let's look at some real-world examples of companies that have really mastered this. When Apple introduced the iPod, their value proposition wasn't just a music player, it was 1,000 songs in your pocket. That simple phrase told the complete story. It explained what the iPod did, how it was better, 1,000 songs compared to carrying around CDs, and why it mattered, the most convenience of having all of your music right with you all of the time. A simple demonstration made people believers, and the rest is history. Dyson's value propositions are often built around their unique technology. Take their vacuum cleaners. No loss of suction. That's what it does, and it's better with their unique patented cyclone technology that others don't even have. Their unique patented technology and 5-year guarantee sets up a reason to believe that it's really better and it's going to get the job done better as a result. And with all of that, you have a complete story in just a few words. Now, let's talk about what not to do when telling your product story. A lot of people make the mistake of being too vague or too focused. like on features, for example, or forgetting to tell the why, as in why the difference in your product should matter to anyone. So here's a breakdown of the traps to avoid. First, when it comes to being too vague, saying something like, it's the best on the market doesn't mean anything without specifics. People need to know why it's the best. Another trap is the feature overload. It's like data dumping on people. Listing a bunch of features isn't enough. What people care about is how those features translate into benefits that are meaningful to them. And thirdly, no proof. If there's no reason to believe your claims, then you're not telling the full story. You need some form of validation to make your story credible. Okay, get it? Now that we've covered the basics, let's try something a little more interactive. Grab a pen and paper and we'll do an exercise together. Think about your own product and I'll guide you through the process of crafting your own value proposition. First, ask yourself, what does your product do? Write down a clear, simple sentence that explains what your product does in a way that anybody could understand. Next, think about why it's better than all the other options out there. What's unique about your product? Is it faster, more durable, more efficient? Write down what makes it really stand out. And finally, ask why people should believe in your claims. Could it come with some sort of special guarantee? Do you have special testimonials or from happy customers? Is the patent issued or is it pending? All of those things that you can think of that will give them a reason to believe that it's unique in a meaningful way with evidence, data to support it somehow. And again, this could be as simple as just doing a demonstration video. Okay, now take those three elements and you've got yourself a strong value proposition that tells the story of your product. Now, before we wrap up, let's talk about the emotional side of storytelling. People don't just buy products, they buy solutions to problems. And they often make decisions based on how the product makes them feel, right? The experience. Put yourself in their shoes. A great value proposition doesn't just inform, it connects on an emotional level. It shows people how their life could be better with your product in it, whether it's saving time or solving a frustration or providing just peace of mind. Your value proposition should tap into those emotions. So, you've created your value proposition. Now what? You need to test it. One of the best ways to do this is to get feedback. Pitch your value proposition to potential customers, friends, or even strangers, and then be quiet. Open your mind and ears to see how they react. Do they understand it? Do they seem excited? If you're not getting the response that you want, tweak it. Don't argue with the person. Remember, your value proposition is your product story, and like any story, it can evolve. So take notes and consider the feedback very carefully. Read between the lines to see exactly what you're missing or they are missing so that you can improve your value proposition from there. By focusing on telling the story of your product through your value proposition, you'll not only communicate what your product does, but you'll also explain why it matters. And that's what drives companies' interests and ultimately customers to buy. I promise this will get you more appointments and help you to finally get past those gatekeepers or all those folks that are ghosting you from the companies when you're trying to license your products. With a strong and compelling value proposition, they will want to learn more about it. So you pitch your value proposition to get the appointment or to get them to give you more time, for example, if you're at a trade show, so that they can learn more about it. And without those conversations, we can't get deals. So you see, this is the gateway in to those companies. Being an inventor can be tough and confusing at times. I'm here to help. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments below and I'll be sure to get back to you. Or if you'd like some one-on-one advice, please feel free to use the link below to book a call with me. And if you're curious about my Ninja Inventor training, then check out the links below to learn more. Let's tackle this invention journey together and turn your ideas into reality.